right, so today's video, we're watching a Bronze 1 tank on PC. I say, hey, Season 12 was my first ever season playing comp. I played primarily Tracer on Bronze 2 on DPS, but I've recently fell in love with Tank / Junker Queen. I think this match is worth watching because it is on the new Dorado map, and the enemy tank outperformed me in terms of scoreboard, but I feel as if I outperform them in terms of using cover and playing the objective and or pushing past the objective when applicable. In short, this VOD is pure bronze chaos, and I think that is worth a watch. I know I have a lot to learn, and I wish I made fewer mistakes this game. Any assistance / perspective would be appreciated. All right, so we're gonna see Junker Queen on Dorado, so I guess we'll see if Queen's good this season, and go from there. Elevator to your left, take it. You can take away high grounds to your left. Elevator. There it is, right there. There it is, right there. You walk past it, okay. Or platform, whatever you want to call it. Nice hook, nice play. Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, right? Well, actually, the BAP killed your Junkrat, so it isn't the best start, but it isn't the worst. Why is there a BAP there? Why is there a BAP? Hello?
Pick up your feet, you drombos.
There's no way that BAP did. What in the?
Everyone relax.
And then after all that, imagine dying to a Moira Orb. After all that, the BAP dies to a Moira Orb. Think about that. Yep. There wasn't even a random axe. That cactus was mean. Yeah.
How come this payload doesn't move faster when you kick it?
I mean, so far, it's some Overwatch. Okay. What a start, chat. What a start. Okay, so don't be afraid to take high ground up there where your Farah just went. I think that, like, while they do have some low ground players here, like, taking the high ground could be, it doesn't even matter. Like I said, in bronze lobbies, it's a little bit more of, like you said, the bronze chaos. Like, we just let it, we you know what, you just do what you gotta do. If you kill him and you get the point, great. If you don't, then, well, rinse and repeat. This has been like a non-stop team fight for the past... Has it felt like this has just been a non-stop team fight? Out of curiosity, when you're in bronze games, does it feel like it's just one long team fight? Because that's what it feels like right now. I think it just... That was it. We finally settled to a team reset. Hide behind walls. Play smart around the corner. Don't be afraid to go bottom left to take a better angle. I can show players this in general. Sometimes players like to play in like this wide open area, right? Which makes sense, like you're pushing the cart. But don't be afraid sometimes, like while there's a little bit of downtime, to take this angle to kind of like make it so this part of the map loses. So sometimes what I'll do on tank, and this can work in any rank, is you go here bottom left, you get this angle on them, and then as they're in there, you can surprise them. So like this Widow, imagine like a queen coming around the corner with shout, that Widow's dead, right? Then the Mercy can't save them. They're forced into your team. You see what I'm saying? So, like, don't be afraid sometimes to go do this and then, like, end up here and then make a play. It takes away... You have this sight line to worry about, yes, and, like, this small corner. But, like, these are both bad spots for them. This soldier would be susceptible to angles down there. And then, like, you also do this. So don't be afraid of that is what I'm saying. It's just a good rotation. Like, if you need something to do and, like, you don't want to just run in the middle, like, that's not a bad spot. Good job getting the point. Don't be afraid to ult this if you want to snowball them, but nah, you're good. Don't ult. Do not ult. Do not ult. You played 6 games, had 6 levers? That sounds awful.
Harden up. It's only buckshot.
Taking the high ground. I want you to ult this. I think it's still winnable. Even if you lost your Pharah, I think you can ult this and go in. No, don't ult. Do not ult yet. Unless you kill the, I would save. I would save. Do not ult. I want to see you, if you're ever in the situation as a tank and you have that snowball going and like they're all standing there, send it.
Reporting in.
Okay. Apparently Valk was necessary. Sorry, I just got confused. I heard a Valk and I'm like, did I miss something? I like that name too, Sponge Rob. Yeah, it's like SpongeBob, but Sponge Rob. I know that needed to be explained.
Time for the reckoning.
Okay, so how do we go from seeing 5 people right here for a possibility to win a team fight to there's a Ramatra at a doorway right here, I'm gonna ult. I was so happy with your ult management and like how you were like, okay, I recognize this isn't one, but I would have rather have saw you send it here. Heck, I would have rather see you send it when Ramatra ulted and maybe kill the Ramatra. But there, that was the last ult. I could have tried to predict 20 ultimates, and I don't think I would have predicted that one. Was it a misclick? I guess it could have been. Oh, I'm pretty sure he was going to go off the map, too. 100%. I thought they were going to go off the map there. 1,000%.
Where's my knife?
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was just accidentally hit the button. I mean, I've done that before, too, so I get it. You don't have to waste your axe that Ramatra wasn't even close to you. Don't be afraid to wait like 3 seconds and then shout through with the axe. Remember, you can both axe and shout at the same time. They changed that a little while ago. Don't get stuck in chokes like that. Like, use your shout to like get through them. Like even this, remember when the Ramatra was in the Junkrat trap and your reaction was to shoot the Ramatra in the Junkrat trap? What if you run by them, kill the BAP, while the Ramatra can't do anything against you because they're a nemesis one? So, a little bit of a rough go here on third, but plenty of time. Get through this choke. Just get through this choke. Yes. Okay, I forgot about step 2. Your teammate's also getting through the choke. Okay, my bad. They did what I said, so I can't be mad, right? Like it's you know. Okay, you get into the choke. I know it's bronze. I'm adjusting the feedback as we go. Do my best. Nice kill. I'm glad you went middle that time. I felt like that choke wasn't working anymore, so going that way felt a lot better. So good job there. Yeah, that BAP is just surviving so much. This is a perfect ult spot. I mean, if you don't ult that, you can still ult it. I guarantee you can still ult that. Yes! Good job. I just like you taking the map control. Yes! See, I think you could have done that about 4 minutes ago and won the team fight. Straight up. I think you could have straight up did that like a while ago and you would have just won. So I'm glad that you did it though. You know what I mean? I'm just glad to see that you made that play.
Attackers incoming.
Nice pick on the Echo. Good job. And your team's dead. Back away here, play the corner. Do you think that defense is probably a lot harder in bronze? I think The problem I see that happens in bronze games, maybe even like silver, is actually this happens in a lot of ranks. Players they change their play style too much. Like you can still play defense like you're playing attack. It's just players play too defensively and give up too much map control. So, but yeah, I mean, when a Widow also hits a bunch of shots, like what can you do at that point? I mean, Widow is becoming meta, so running back, your teammates won that. You teammates won. This is such a wild game. Nice pull. They're gonna stay up there, but nice pull. A little bit high on the pull. I respect it. I mean, technically the other team's running part of what the car meta is, which is Orisa Widow, apparently. I've seen thanks to the 16 months of the future friends. What rank is this? Bronze. Positioning's decent. This is good. This is fine now. Now that you've settled a little bit. Nice job. You're baiting them in there, staying there where you're at. Don't be afraid to go for some poke damage here. Just get a couple shots in, maybe get another kill. I can't stand the health bar glitch they have on Spectator. Nice pull. Good play. Nice job. You know, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think you're going to be in bronze for much longer. I'm seeing good things out of you. Like, you have obviously missed shots, things like that, but that happens. But, like, your idea of, like, positioning has been pretty good. Like, you have some good mechanical plays. So I think you're in a good spot. Keep that same type of strategy though, because like I said, like I feel like as teams tend to play well, they also tend to lose what wins them the game. I don't mind the idea of that. Kind of unlucky you hit the cart, but I don't mind the idea. Don't give the value to the Orisa ultimate. It purples the Orisa, and you would get more. So kind of a little bit unlucky. If you're new to the community, welcome. Hope you enjoy. So don't mind that. Don't mind that one bit. Here we go. Good axe. So the only negative is that they're focusing the tank too much. I can pause for a little bit and like talk about that. Here's the problem, and this is why I think it's okay they're focusing the tank. I am much more in the mindset now, okay, of definitely go for backline when you can. But if they're playing all the way back here, like if you go out of your way to try to force the backline pressure right now, you're just like you're gonna get killed doing that, right? Like it's too far away for me to justify being like, hey, stop shooting the Orisa, because the way that they're playing is they all sit back here and do nothing. Well, first of all, what is Soldier doing? I don't even want to know. But like, look where they're playing at. It's really hard to get to them. So I actually like that they were just playing corner here and making it impossible to push through. I felt like it was a pretty good go of things, right? Now, obviously, if it's a top 500 game, I'll have different advice on that. But I think in a bronze game, like playing corners and playing smart here and like trying to get back here and like go for them, I think this is okay. I mean, and I think the clock up top is kind of proof of that. Like, look how much time is on the clock. Like, this hasn't been bad at all, in my opinion. I think this has been very well played for the most part. I mean, obviously, there's like a couple moments here and there, but now if they continue to do that, we'll have that discussion. But so far, so good. Best DPS right now, in my opinion, most heroes are viable. Ignore like what you hear is meta in most ranks. I think most heroes are viable right now. Most, not all. Good axe. Yeah, I mean, you did what you could there. Good first point though. Good first point. Yeah. You think they would benefit of picking up a dive hero maybe? I mean, I think any tank, it would be a benefit to pick up a dive hero. I think, like, if you asked me a question, like, hey, what is one tank you should learn outside of a main hero pool? Actually, I'll pause for this. If somebody was like, hey, what is one hero I should learn outside of a main, like, say you're like a Zarya player, a Ryan player, Ramatra, etc., right? And you were like, hey, I need to learn one hero. What should I do? I would say learn how to play Winston or Diva at any point. I would say having the opportunity to be able to flex into a tank dive hero and have that as like a backup hero for you, it will be good. I think there's nothing wrong with that, and that would be my recommendation. I would say always, if you want to like add like a pocket pick to like your tank pool, Winston or D.Va. Now, if you're asking what of those two tanks is better to learn as you progress, believe it or not, Winston. I think Winston is consistently good in Overwatch. I think D.Va goes back and forth. So I would say Winston is going to be like your, if you had to choose between any of those, I think you're safer. Winston is generally meta no matter what in some way, or like a strong like secondary pick. D.Va has moments. D.Va also requires a little bit more of like a backline pressure playstyle and a little bit more of like mechanical flight control, you know, defense matrix management. But Winston is definitely where I would go with. Keep in mind, I play D.Va and I'm saying that. I just saying like being good at Winston will benefit you, I think, as you climb even more than D.Va. But that could change. They could make a nerf to Winston for midseason patch, and they buff D.Va, and then like now I'm like, yeah, you can learn Winston, but D.Va's good. So, but Winston I think is the key, but D.Va's also good. So whatever works for you. All right. Anyway, let's go back to the queen. Did Winston ultimate is so hard to get kills on? I mean, honestly, I want another hot take. I always say hot take, more like one other opinion by me here. You could go a whole game without getting a kill as Winston ultimate, and it's still good. You don't need to get kills as Winston ultimate. You don't. You just need to displace them enough to make it so it's effective for your teammates. Playing close here is fine. Don't be afraid to go up on the high ground, but like I said, it's a bronze game, so I'm not worried about this. Any reviews need to be posted on my Discord. No guarantee we get to them. We get about 50 a day, so. Believe it or not, it's been really cool to see, but the Spectating series has become a lot more popular over the past 6 months, and it's great to see, so I hope that people continue to like it, and I can continue to provide you with good stuff. You can ult out of here if you want, by the way. There's an opportunity, but be careful of the risk hacking you up. I don't mind this play for one reason. It's going to slow them down. The problem is their Widow hit 2 shots, and you can't do anything about it. So, I'm okay with it. Because when you ult out, you're going to purple them, and they have to back up, and then the Widow got 3 people. Yes. Oh, you said you didn't know they moved the Mega in the courtyard? Welcome to the club. You talking about this one? I went to go get a health pack during a rank game and said, what the heck just happened? It's here now. Oh, I did the same thing. It used to be here for years. It's now here. I did the same thing. Welcome to the club. I'm in the same boat as you on that one. Yeah. I walked right over to that and went, where's the health pack? And then I found out quickly after I died there. They got me. Yep. I also do this thing where, like, I'm not even joking, a lot of maps, I could probably walk through them backwards. So sometimes now when you see me play some of the reworked maps, I start running into walls because they changed, like, the wall by, like, 2 feet, and I just run into it. So. Yeah, they got rid of some health back here and there, etc. Yeah. Playing close here is okay, but I want you to recognize that your team is also not with you, so just be careful of that. This angle is probably a little bit better right here. For now. Unfortunately, there's a server admin on the other team. I need you to get closer. I need you to be closer now. Stop doing this. Something I want to teach people, whether it's bronze or top 500, play at the pace of your team, not at the pace of, like, what you want to play. Preferably, they play at your pace because you're the tank, but if they don't, you play aggressive. Because all I've seen from you is you just backing up the whole time. All right. Did you love Widowmaker? I mean, for anybody who... I'll pause for a second. For anybody who missed the discussion earlier, I've heard rumors that the current pro meta, and a pro player would be able to attest this, I don't know if it's actually the case. Apparently the pro meta currently in like NA is the same comp as before except Widowmaker, and all you do is wait for Widowmaker to get a pick. Which, in my experience of playing Overwatch over the years, anytime the meta is wait for Widow to get a pick is the worst thing ever. It's not fun. So you got the combined Orisa meta with the Widow meta into one. And apparently it's because the Orisa's hard to kill, so you need a hero that can help kill an Orisa, which is Widow. Just sounds awful. Anyway, let's continue on. Oh, there you go. Sir Rabbit just took over the lobby. Well, I mean, it's certainly a doozy here. I mean, you gotta play safer there. When you're close to your ultimate too, it's okay to back up a little bit. I know I said play the pace of your team, but you know, it's okay to slightly back up. Someone said, I want to read this one here. Widow help and kill Orisa? Sure, I can explain it to you. So, because BAP Juno is such a burst heal comp, Orisa has such good cooldowns that it's impossible to kill an Orisa. Like, they made Orisa like this unkillable beast that, like, when played correctly, can dominate. The reason why Orisa is never, like, shifted or nerfed is because Orisa actually has one of the lowest win rates in Overwatch. Do you get what I'm saying? So, because Orisa has one of the lowest win rates in Overwatch, that's what's happening. And that's why it goes that way. So, that's why Orisa is like this unkillable hero and like the only hero that can effectively help. Initially, it was Cassidy, right? Because Cassidy could shoot at an Orisa and crit the Orisa consistently. Problem? You need to play closer. Teams started to realize that, well, why would if I have to get that close to an Orisa where they're just going to burst in on us, what if I just go Widow? And that's why you see what you see. Because they keep nerfing the effective range of every hero except for Widow. And so Widow's the only hero with the effective range to be able to help against an Orisa at that point. And on top of that, also makes it so your Widow is also really dominant right now and can just dominate games. So it's like a win-win for the Widow players. Going back to the Queen.
5, 4, 3, 2.
The person playing says they generally only play Queen right now. They're new to ranked. They just started season 12, and they're in bronze 1. So, listen, want my take? You're in bronze, you can probably play just one hero and be fine. If you're good at the hero, you'll climb. So they're in thanks to the tier 1. They can be you're really good. So, just because eventually, mechanically, you'll be able to win some team fights you wouldn't normally win. But thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Nice pick. Good positioning again. You know, recognizing you can shoot the Widow now. So far, so good. I would go buy right now. Like, that's where, like, when you heard the Orisa go by, you would have been maybe okay to go there. Like, go back left, but... it's fine. That's on you, by the way. Your positioning, you slid to the right, bad positioning. Notice how you spent 4 minutes in that one spot with good position, and then you went to bad position, and it was like 15 seconds. That's why I always talk about positioning can make or break team fights, and that was on you. You didn't do what you did last time, and it was working last time. And sometimes, chat, in Overwatch, you just get lucky. That's it. That's how it goes. You just get lucky sometimes. Hey, I got off the car. Yep. Actually, you know what? I want to see what happened before I start this. I just want to see how that happened. So look, they're all on cart. Everything's fine at this point.
Enjoying the view?
The Lifeweaver pedal was accidentally stepped on by the Orisa, and then that took him off the cart. The random pedal made that happen. That's literally what it was. There was a random pedal that lifted the Orisa up. The Orisa dropped down, but it was too late. They got rolled by their own Lifeweaver pedal. Oh my. Holy crap. Well, you know what? Sometimes it just happens that way. Like I said, sometimes you just get lucky, right? That's it. You can't do anything about it. You know, I can't explain do this, do that. Sometimes you just get lucky, and that's okay.
Come on back, Gracie. Pick up your feet, Dorado.
Good axe. Actually, this is a good reminder. I want for anybody new to Overwatch or like new to like Junker Queen. So it's not. Here's a problem: is like I feel like there still should be ways to like let players know this information in Overwatch. But when you hit somebody with Carnage, so Carnage is your axe. It takes 2 seconds off the cooldown. So if there's 1, it goes to 6 seconds. If there's 2, it goes to 4 seconds. If there's 3 in it, it goes to 2 seconds. And if you get 4 or more, you get a free cooldown. So just remember, maximize the potential of your Carnage can be really helpful. I think sometimes players will waste their Carnage and not recognize that. So when you're playing Queen, the more people in your axe that you hit, the quicker your cooldown is. So I've had games where like I will literally axe a whole team and then I can axe right again after, get my ultimate, go in, boom. So just remember that. And technically, if you axe, you can technically, if there's like all stacked there, you can just roll everybody. So they added that a while ago, but just keep that in mind. So like for example, they hit 2 people there, right? And that gave them a 4-second cooldown. So just wanted to point that out. Good pull. Excellent pull. Nice job. If you don't get anybody in it, it's 8 seconds on cooldown. Doop, doop, doop. Go back. Wait for it. Good start, good play. Everything's good here. GG's. And look at that. You won off of a Life Weaver pedal. You won off of a Life Weaver pedal. All right, anyway. Well, so for feedback for you, I think, like, listen, I want to point something out. For being in bronze, I'm super happy with a lot of your gameplay. I felt like you had great positioning a lot of the time. Like, your mechanics were pretty good for bronze. Like, overall, I think you actually had a really good game for being in bronze. I'm gonna be real with you. I think you'll be out of bronze very soon. One thing I want to point out is that while you do have proper positioning, you have a couple of times where you like stray away from your good positioning. Remember, and this is for anybody, after a 1-team fight, or like a team fight's kind of like in this neutral, good positioning will win you games. Good positioning will win you team fights. So if you find yourself straying away from your good positioning after every 1-team fight, that's how you lose team fights. That or you get alt stacked. But I'd rather get alt stacked than lose because of bad positioning. So we saw you do that before the Life Weaver pedal play happened. And you know, it could have led to you losing this game. So I want you to prioritize recognizing going back to your good position. Number 2, take advantage of map control. Third point Dorado, I think you would have had like 4 minutes on the clock, 3 minutes on the clock if you were just willing to hit that alt button, keep the snowball going. So recognize situations where, hey, there's 5 in front of me. We're down 1. I have Queen ult. They're all going to get hit by my ultimate and we can win this. Go for it. Because otherwise you spend 3 minutes and then you almost ult off the map. Thankfully, they saved you from not ulting off the map, which was nice. So, which is good, right? Because that definitely saved you, but basically, I think if you improve in those areas, you're going to actually have a steady climb.
Gameplay. Super good at it.
Do that. I think you'll be fine. But that's where I would give you the advice. I actually think you had, for being in bronze, I actually was pretty happy with like what I saw out of you. Before anybody goes, well, what about the aim, etc. They're in bronze. Every rank will have different levels of aim and you will improve and you can get better. That is why we're not focusing on that. I'm focused on the things I saw. I saw some good things. I saw a couple things you can improve on, but overall, not a bad game. Good job. Just clean up that gameplay in the areas we talked about. I think you're going to see a steady climb. You got this. Absolutely got this. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to all 3 YouTubes if you haven't. Leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, look in the description below. You'll see my Discord right there. We also record these live on stream. You can see the Twitch chapel of the webcam also stream on YouTube, so stop by if you haven't. A lot of fun here. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day.